Welcome to my Kcse revision channel, Marita, Kcse School. Kindly subscribe, click the notification bell, such that you get notified once I upload a new video. Today we are looking at a very important question from chlorine and its compound. And then we have the diagram here. It presents the preparation of anhydrous chlorides of number of elements where no fume cathode was available. The chlorides were to be collected in the flask. So what are the expected questions that you can expect from this particular diagrams? So explain why it is necessary to pass a dry chlorine through the apparatus before heating the elements. Why do you pass a dry chlorine before heating these elements? It simply is to drive out air in the apparatus which could otherwise react with the elements, and that is the reason why the dry chlorine is passed through the apparatus before heating the elements. Give two reasons why tubes 2 and 3 were filled with soda lime. So we have this is tube 2. We have this is soda lime, and this one is we have soda lime. Give a reason why the tubes are filled with the soda lime, just to say it will absorb excess chlorine, ensuring that it does not escape into the atmosphere. And that's why now the two tubes are filled with the soda lime. Then we have explained why it could not be possible to correct any sodium chloride in flask 1. We have in flask 1 here why it is not why is it not possible to correct this the sodium chloride in this flask 1. So what you can say from here, sodium chloride has a high melting point, and the burner flame temperature is not able to vaporize sodium chloride. So that is the reason why you cannot be able to correct sodium chloride in flask 1. Name one other substance that can be used in tubes 1 and 2. Here we are using the soda lime. What is the other substance which can be used in place of soda lime? So the substance is just calcium oxide. Write an equation for the reaction that forms phosphorus 3 chloride. So simply you can see the equation is very clear. So we have to write the correct chemical equation with the correct state symbols and well balanced. So you can write this equation the way you can see on the screen. Describe how you could separate a mixture of sodium chloride, and aluminium chloride. How can you separate a mixture of sodium chloride and aluminium chloride? So here you just heat the mixture gently in a glass beaker covered with an evaporating dish containing the cold water. That's step 1. Then from there, we know that aluminium chloride is a supplement. So what follows is that aluminium chloride sublimes and collect underneath the cold surface of the evaporating dish, while the sodium chloride is left in the beaker. Then what you do next is to scrub off the aluminium. So scrub off the aluminium chloride and place it in a different beaker. So in that case now, that is how the mixture of sodium chloride and aluminium chloride can be separated. When hydrogen chloride gas is dissolved in water, the solution formed turns a blue litmus paper red. But there is no effect on a blue litmus paper when the gas is dissolved in carbon tetrachloride. So we'll explain why, or you are supposed to give the reasons why. So what we know that the sodium, the chlorine, the hydrogen chloride in water, it normally ionizes. So it ionizes in water to produce hydrogen ions. So this hydrogen ions is responsible for the change of the color of a blue litmus paper to red, because the solution formed in this case is an acidic. So it has to say the hydrogen chloride in water, it ionizes, while in carbon tetrachloride, it does not ionize. It exists as a molecule. This one is carbon tetrachloride. So we are saying in carbon tetrachloride. In carbon tetrachloride, the hydrogen chloride exists as a molecule and therefore it cannot ionize. Kindly follow my channel. You click the notification bell. You get notified once I upload a new video. Thank you.